Welcome, this is Tracy with QuickBooks from the Top. Today we're going to go over the online version's reports. So you want to go to the left under the dashboard here and select Reports. Up at the top it gives you the option for Standard, Custom Reports, or Management Reports. We will be going over all three. So on the Standard report, it categorizes under Business Overview, who owes you, sales and customers, what you owe, expenses and vendors, sales tax, employees, for my accountant, and payroll. So that's a pretty big list. I'm going to go over my favorite reports that I use on a daily basis. So I put over here some of my favorites, which is the profit and loss, balance sheet, and of course accounts receivable, what's owed to me. And in the business overview, I like to do balance sheet comparisons. I like to see comparisons also for the profit and loss. And those are some of the two that I like to run to help me with cash flow and understand where the business is. You can also use the, simple profit and loss, which is, again, your income and expenses for a period of time. And you'll see at the bottom here your total net income. And this is one of the reports I'll run at the end of the month. I may put it as a management report to make it look cleaner for board members, or if you need that for the bank. So I'm going to go back to reports, and the other option I like to see is the ability to export to Excel. So all these reports you can export. We're going to go into the balance sheet. These are the two financials that you need for loans and for anyone that your bank, of course, if you want to get credit line. And in here, again, this is a date-driven system, so you have the date, the balance sheet, which are your assets and liabilities along with your equity. And these are the two main reports that they want to see, but it has a lot of different options in here to clean up reports. Like I said, we'll go over the management ones, but sometimes you want to clean up a report. You can collapse these items, such as the bank, accounts receivable, fixed assets. I mean, you can actually kind of smush this report up, and you are still giving the same information, just not in detail. But we'll go over that in another video. Right now, I just want to give you some of the main reports that I use. Let's look at the accounts receivable summary. This is another one for if I'm going to go ahead and make any collection calls or see what someone owes. I'm going to go in and select the summary report. It's quick and easy for me to look at. I can see the total owed to me here. What is 90, 31 to 60, and 1 through 30 or current. These are, again, what I choose to look at, but I think it's real helpful. So I make those favorites, and you'll see I've starred those. Okay, we're going to go into my favorite ones on who owes you. So I like to see open invoices as well. We did just look at an aging to show what people owes you on that, but here I also get to see it, and I kind of see it in alpha order, and if you want you can scroll all the way down, same total here. But this is one that I'll print out for an owner if they want to have that for their records. It's not included in the management report usually because that's really just your profit and loss and balance sheet. Okay, so again, we went over business overview, who owes you, and that's, I want to see open invoices, and you can look at all of them and make whatever one you like your favorite, so it's up at the top, or you could say most commonly used. Sales and customers in here if you want to see any detail, but I sure like if you have any inventory It's got a really nice worksheet in here where you can give a physical sheet to someone. They can go and inventory it and give me the physical count on all of it, and I can adjust my inventories. So that's a really nice one to go over. All right, and then the other one I like is the customer detail or summary, but if I just look at detail, it will show me all the transactions, and again, a period of time, this would be for August, that went to the different customers, so Freeman Sporting Goods, and then as you go down, you will see the total amount owed as far as a detail for each customer. And sometimes it'll show you the balance is zero, so that would mean they paid. All right, then I always just hit back to report list. All right, and then what you owe. So here's one of my favorites, unpaid bills. So this just shows me again what is open and owed. And in this case, not much, $1,600. But you can give this to the owner and they can highlight what they want paid and hand it back to you. And you can email these reports to them as well. So you can print or email right from here. Okay, and let's see. We have expenses and vendors. So if I needed to see a 1099 reports, check details, these are two of the reports. Sometimes I have to look up checks or something. I'll just run the check detail on that, and it'll give me all the bill payment checks for the different vendors that we have. And again, date driven. Okay, we're almost towards the bottom here on this. Sales tax, kind of self-explanatory. I will make a video on sales tax because I've had so many requests lately. I think everyone's just opening a business. Employees, if you're using the payroll, these are the time activities you can run if they're using the time clock in here. I guess you could say they just log in from their email and it's no charge, and they will log their hours, time, and job that they're on. So really nice feature in here. And then for my accountant, these are the items I like to see, the general ledger, and then you'll also have the trial balance here, and any reconciliation reports. So for the main, daily life here with the small business, these are the favorites that I use. Now, custom reports, I can go in there and create a report customized just for me when you're in there. And by doing that, let's just go into one real quick. At the very top, you can customize if you want to divide by zero, add the cents, you can filter income and expense. I could filter it by just customer or customers. I could select multiple if you want to do that for vendors. So it gives you a little bit of leeway here of being able to see how you want to, your headers, if you want to show your logo. Again, you just run this report, and from here, you could actually save this and memorize it. And you can save it right here. Save customizations, call it profit and loss, August, retro. And save that report, and it will show up. You can also add this report to a group or share it with others. You can say share it with all, share the report with the community, and save. All right, and what I want to do is go back to the report list, and we're going to go over again the customer reports we just spoke of, but the management reports. These reports are put together, so if you to look professional, to hand off again to your banks, to your shareholders, to the owner. And you can customize this a bit, but the main thing is it goes over. It's nice to have your logo right here, to be honest with you. It looks really good. And it gives you a table of content. And it says it includes the profit and loss. And again, the balance sheet. So these are reports. They've also created, we can just view this report. This is your management report for your profit and loss and the AR aging detail and the sales by customer. So I have some companies that like to have a little bit more detail. In this case, they also want to see the AR aging detail and the sales by customer summary. As you kind of, play around with this, if you don't like the report you've created, you can, actually edit it and fix it. You can export it to PDFs or docx's. You can copy it. And I find this, to be when you're actually creating a folder on your desktop that is your end of month reports or end of year reports, and I keep these type in there, and that way I make sure that they have if you're going to send it to a bank and stuff, you want to make sure those reports stay the same throughout your accounting history, and that's why I like these management reports. And that is reports.